Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Great English Podcast. This is Catherine, your co-host. With me, as always, is Mark.
Hi everyone. It's great to be back with you. Today, we're diving into a topic that resonates with so many of us: solo traveling versus traveling with groups. Whether you're an avid traveler or just starting to explore the world, you've probably faced the dilemma of choosing between these two styles of travel. Both have their unique charm and challenges, and today we're going to unpack them in detail.
Absolutely, Mark. Deciding whether to travel alone or with others can significantly shape your experience. It influences everything from your itinerary to how you interact with the culture, and even how you reflect on the trip afterward. So, let's start by exploring the world of solo travel and why it has become so popular in recent years.
Solo travel has seen a huge increase in popularity, especially among millennials and Gen Z travelers. But what is it about solo travel that has captured the imagination of so many?
The allure of solo travel is multifaceted. For many, it represents the ultimate freedom. When you travel alone, you're the captain of your ship. You can wake up at dawn to catch the sunrise, or sleep in and spend the afternoon wandering through a city's back streets, whatever feels right to you in the moment. This kind of freedom is liberating, because there's no need to accommodate anyone else's preferences.
That's a great point, Catherine. When you're traveling solo, the journey becomes deeply personal. Each decision, from where you stay to what you eat, is yours alone. This autonomy can lead to a profound sense of empowerment. Many solo travelers report a boost in self-confidence as they navigate new cities, cultures, and languages on their own.
Yes, and this empowerment is often linked to self-discovery. Solo travel pushes you out of your comfort zone, requiring you to make decisions and solve problems independently. Whether it's figuring out a new public transport system or negotiating with a vendor in a language you barely know, these challenges lead to personal growth that's hard to replicate when you're in a group.
And let's not forget about the immersive experience solo travel offers. When you're alone, you're more likely to connect with locals and other travelers. Without the buffer of friends or family, you might find yourself striking up conversations with people you wouldn't normally interact with. This can lead to more authentic cultural experiences and even lifelong friendships.
That's so true. I've heard stories of solo travelers who were invited into homes for meals, or taken on off-the-beaten-path adventures by locals they met along the way. These experiences can make a trip unforgettable and provide insights into a culture that you might not get otherwise.
And there's also the aspect of mindfulness. When you travel alone, you tend to be more present in the moment. Without the distractions of conversation or group dynamics, you might find yourself more attuned to your surroundings, whether it's the sound of a bustling market, the smell of street food, or the sight of a breathtaking landscape. Solo travel allows for a deeper connection with the places you visit.
Indeed. But while solo travel offers so many benefits, it's not without its challenges. There are some aspects that can make it a less appealing option for certain travelers.
Absolutely, Catherine. One of the most significant challenges of solo travel is loneliness. No matter how much you enjoy your own company, there will inevitably be moments when you wish you had someone to share your experiences with. Whether it's a stunning sunset, a funny moment, or even a difficult situation, the absence of a travel companion can sometimes make these moments feel bittersweet.
Loneliness is a common concern for solo travelers, especially on longer trips. While meeting new people along the way is one of the joys of solo travel, it's not always a guarantee. Sometimes, especially in less touristy areas, you might find yourself feeling isolated. This can be particularly challenging during the evening or in situations where you crave the comfort of a familiar face.
Safety is another major concern for solo travelers, particularly for women. Traveling alone means you're solely responsible for your own safety, and this can be daunting in unfamiliar environments. It requires a higher level of vigilance and sometimes limits where you can go or what you can do, especially at night or in areas known for crime.
And while we're on the topic of safety, it's important to mention that solo travelers might be more vulnerable to scams or theft. Without a companion to watch your back, you have to be extra careful about your belongings and surroundings. This can sometimes add a layer of stress to what should be a relaxing experience.
Then there's the issue of cost. Solo travelers often face higher expenses compared to those traveling in groups. Many accommodations charge by the room, not by the person, meaning a single traveler might pay the same price as a couple or a group. This can make solo travel more expensive, especially in destinations where lodging and transportation are costly.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about the decision fatigue that can come with solo travel. When you're alone, every decision, big or small, is yours to make. From what to eat for breakfast to how to get to your next destination, the constant need to make choices can become overwhelming, especially if you're traveling for an extended period.
This can lead to what some travelers call travel burnout. When you're the only one in charge, the weight of planning and navigating can become exhausting. You might find yourself feeling worn out and less able to enjoy the experiences that drew you to travel in the first place.
But despite these challenges, many solo travelers find the experience incredibly rewarding. Freedom, self-discovery, and personal growth often outweigh the difficulties. However, if these challenges seem daunting, group travel might be a more appealing option.
Group travel offers a completely different experience, one that can be just as fulfilling, albeit in different ways. Let's explore the benefits of traveling with others.
One of the biggest advantages of group travel is the social aspect. Traveling with friends, family, or even a group of strangers can turn your trip into a shared adventure. There's something special about experiencing new places with others, sharing the excitement, the surprises, and even the challenges.
That's so true. The shared experience can create lasting memories and strengthen bonds with those you travel with. Whether it's laughing over a shared meal, navigating a tricky situation together, or just enjoying each other's company, these moments often become the highlights of the trip.
Group travel also tends to feel safer. There's comfort in numbers, and having others around can reduce the risks associated with exploring unfamiliar places. You're less likely to be targeted by scams or feel vulnerable when you're part of a group. Plus, if something does go wrong, you've got a built-in support system to help you out.
And safety isn't the only practical benefit. Group travel can also be more cost-effective. Splitting the cost of accommodations, transportation, and even meals can make your trip more affordable. Many travel agencies and tour operators offer discounts for groups, which can add up to significant savings.
Another advantage is the convenience that comes with group travel, especially on organized tours. When you're with a group, many of the logistical details, like transportation, accommodations, and even meals, are often pre-arranged. This takes the stress out of planning and allows you to focus more on enjoying the experience rather than worrying about the next step.
Organized tours, in particular, can be a great way to see a lot in a short amount of time. With a set itinerary and knowledgeable guides, you can hit the major attractions without having to figure out the logistics on your own. This can be particularly beneficial in destinations where the language barrier or cultural differences might make independent travel more challenging.
And let's not forget about the fun factor. Traveling with a group can be a lot of fun, especially if you're with like-minded people who share your interests. There's always someone to talk to, share a meal with, or explore with. This can make the trip more enjoyable and less lonely.
Plus, group travel can offer opportunities for learning and growth that solo travel might not. When you're with others, you're exposed to different perspectives and ideas. You might learn something new from your fellow travelers or see a destination through their eyes, adding depth to your experience.
That's a great point, Mark. The camaraderie and shared experiences can make group travel incredibly rewarding. But of course, it's not without its drawbacks.
Definitely, Catherine. One of the most significant challenges of group travel is the lack of flexibility. When you're in a group, you often have to compromise on activities, schedules, and even destinations. This can sometimes lead to frustration, especially if your interests don't align perfectly with the rest of the group.
Flexibility is often the first casualty in group travel. If you're someone who likes to be spontaneous or make decisions on the fly, group travel can feel restrictive.
You might find yourself stuck doing things that aren't particularly exciting to you simply because they're part of the group's itinerary.
Another challenge is the potential for group dynamics to impact your experience. In any group, there are bound to be different personalities and preferences. This can lead to disagreements or tension, which can affect the overall enjoyment of the trip. Navigating these dynamics requires patience and compromise.
And let's not forget about the structured nature of organized tours. While they offer convenience, they can also be quite rigid. There's often little room for spontaneity or deviation from the planned itinerary. If you prefer to explore at your own pace or make impromptu changes, this can be a downside.
Additionally, group travel can sometimes limit your interaction with locals. When you're surrounded by familiar faces, it's easy to stay within your comfort zone and miss out on opportunities to connect with the local culture. You might stick to tourist areas or follow an itinerary that doesn't encourage deep cultural immersion.
And if you're traveling with people you know, there's a risk of staying within your social bubble. While it's wonderful to share experiences with friends or family, it can also mean that you miss out on the chance to meet new people or explore the destination in a way that's outside of your usual social circle.
It's worth considering these drawbacks when planning your trip. While group travel offers many advantages, it's important to weigh them against the potential challenges to determine if it's the right choice for you. So, with all these factors in mind, how do you decide which style of travel is right for you? It really depends on your preferences, travel goals, and the type of experience you're seeking.
To sum it up, both solo travel and group travel offer unique benefits and come with their own set of challenges. The best approach depends on your personal preferences, travel goals, and the nature of your trip. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, and both styles can lead to incredible and memorable experiences.
And remember, it's also possible to mix it up. You could start a trip solo and join a group tour for part of it, or travel with a group, but take some solo time to explore on your own. The flexibility to adapt your travel style to fit your needs and preferences can make your journey even more enriching.
Well said. Whether you choose to travel solo or with a group, the most important thing is to embrace the experience and make the most of every moment. Traveling is all about exploration, learning, and creating memories, no matter how you choose to do it.
Exactly. And before we wrap up, let's hear from some of our listeners. If you've had experiences with solo or group travel, we'd love to hear your stories and tips.
And if you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to subscribe to the Great English Podcast, rate us, and leave a review. Your support helps us continue to bring you engaging content.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope this episode has helped you weigh the pros and cons of solo versus group travel and inspired you for your next adventure. Until next time, safe travels and happy exploring.
Goodbye, everyone.